inspiringmarriages.net. There you can dive into all the show notes that will enhance your listening experience.
Plus, scroll down to find our Keep in Touch section where you can sign up and receive our latest offerings for free. So don't miss out on the inspiration. Visit us today.
Now, we want to talk about sacrificial love. And sacrificial love is not you depleting yourself.
Right.
It's sacrificial love is where you prefer the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So sacrificial love in marriage is when you prefer your spouse. You do things and you make decisions to benefit your spouse, even at your own harm.
Right.
Now, we're not talking about a toxic relationship. We're not talking about a codependency. We're not talking about a relationship that is out of balance. We're talking about a loving relationship where both partners are striving to do the best they can.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So the biblical foundations are in the scriptures. Christ's love is the ultimate example of strength through sacrifice. You can look at John 15, verse 13, Ephesians 5:25, and we know we've shared that, Ephesians 5:25 a lot.
Right,
maybe.
Ephesians 5:25, Paul told the husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. Love your wife so deeply, purely, and sacrificially that the only thing you can compare it to is the love of Christ. And John 15:13, Jesus said, no one has greater love than this, to lay down your life for your friends.
Mm-hmm.
So
beautiful.
that is so beautiful. That is the basis of sacrificial love. And Jesus was the ultimate example of sacrificial love.
Mm-hmm.
Now remember, when you entered into your marriage, you said vows before God, I will love you until the day I die. Basically, you said those vows. So love is not a feeling. Oh, I feel in love. Oh, I fell in love. Oh, I'm hooked on a feeling. B.J. Thomas.
Right, I'm falling in love.
I'm falling in love. No, love is a decision. I have decided, and I said my vow before God, I will love Teresa in my deeds, in my words, in my thoughts, in my actions. I will love Teresa. And that's a decision that should drive all my future decisions, and how I interact with Teresa is the decision to sacrificially love her. That word, again, in the Greek is agape, selfless love.
Selfless love. I love that. And that makes your marriage stronger when both people in a marriage are putting the other person ahead of themselves and being willing to make sacrifices. Now, we're not talking about doing yourself harm. We're just talking about you're not coming out on top. You're making sure your spouse has everything they need, and you're taking care of them before yourself. That doesn't mean you completely lose out, does it, Jeff?
It does not mean. It doesn't mean you lose out. You become less of a person. It doesn't mean that at all.
No.
What it should drive the other person to respond in kind.
That's right.
It also enhances mutual respect. When there's sacrificial love, when a wife knows that every decision he makes is for her benefit, that increases mutual respect. When the husband knows that everything his wife does is to benefit him and for him, that increases mutual respect and increases intimacy in all areas.
Yes.
So we really talk about the 4 levels of intimacy, how you work on one, it enhances the other. The spiritual, intellectual, emotional, and physical. Guys, your wife has to feel close to you to open up physically. She has to.
True.
Wives, your husband needs to feel close to you physically to open up to you emotionally. So
absolutely.
So it's you got to work together, and as you work on one, it'll enhance all your areas of intimacy.
That's right. And you can trust someone more when you know that your good is what they have in mind. They're thinking of what will benefit you. You can trust a person more that does that. You know, if your parents did that for you when you were growing up, they were thinking of you and making sure you were taken care of, and they were keeping away the wrong things from your life, from your input, from influences. You know, that made you trust them. Wow, they're really looking after me. They really care about me. And this is the same thing we're talking about here. You know, of course, don't treat your spouse like a child, but have their best interest always at heart, and in the way you're treating them and in the choices that you're making every day.
Right. And if you're a parent, you know how easy it is for you to sacrifice for your child. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll go without so my child could have this.
Oh, yes.
But you should have the same attitude towards your spouse. Mm-hmm. That I'll give up this night of bowling for my wife, or I'll give up this night of this movie to be with my husband. So it's just things that you do for each other and sacrifice for each other is for the benefit of relationship. It's like a paradox, isn't it, Teresa?
It really is.
It doesn't weaken the marriage, it strengthens the marriage, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't make, it's like giving. When you give physically, when you give money financially, it makes you richer.
It does.
Right?
It does. God set it up that way.
Yeah, Jesus said
so
in
amazing.
6:38, I'm going to read it so I don't want to get it wrong. Give, and gifts will be given to you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will they pour into the pouch formed by the bosom of your robe and used as a bag. For the measure that you deal out, with the measure you use when you confer benefits to others, it will be measured back to you. I think Paul said something like, if you give miserably,
grudgingly,
that's what you'll get back.
Oh, yes, that is so true. But I love that. It's not just giving, but what kind of amounts are you giving? Are you just giving out, well, I gave you a compliment last month and you should be happy, or I said I love you when we got married.
Right.
And isn't that enough? No, it's not enough. You have to keep giving generously, keep serving generously.
Keep serving.
Yes. Do it in generous amounts.
Yeah.
And it comes back to you.
Right. Keep your wife, keep the gas in her car. Keep it, serve her that way. Make sure when you're traveling, when you stop for gas, get her a snack. Just do different things that is thoughtful. Mm-hmm. When you don't leave your wet towels on the floor. Oh. Pick up your socks and put them away. Hang your do whatever you guys do. We usually hang our towels over the shower rod to dry us, or somewhere to dry. Mm-hmm. We don't just throw them in the bathtub or on the floor. So whatever you do, if you see the toilet roll getting low, replace the toilet roll and put it on the way that she likes it to be. She likes it.
Hooray.
If she likes it under, you put it under. If she likes it over, you put it over. Because it matters to her.
It does.
Which way it goes.
The women, for sure.
It matters. Put the seat down after you're done. It's just different things to do for each other. Mm-hmm. And just acts of kindness, really, isn't it, Teresa? Just acts of kindness.
It is. That's so good. Those little things add up too, whether for the bad or for the good. They can add up.
As you do these little things for each other, this little acts of sacrificial love, and we're not talking about, this is nothing compared to what Jesus did for us.
Oh, right.
This is nothing compared to what Jesus did for us.
Right.
It doesn't. You can't equate it. These little things you do for your spouse, it really enhances your bond. Mm-hmm. And really makes it unshakable.
Yes,
because
that's right.
There are storms in life. Mm-hmm. There are things that come along in life
didn't expect to happen,
and they're terrible things because the Bible, the same Bible that tells us that we have a Savior, tells us there's a God in this world who has been defeated, by the way. But there is a God in this world, and we live in a shattered creation. Mm-hmm. A broken creation. This is not how God sets things up. Right. This is not how God set up the world. God does not run the world. Jeff, how you know that? Because it wouldn't be in such a bad shape if you ran the world.
Right. Exactly. No catastrophes, that's for sure.
Right. It wouldn't. If he is, he's doing a terrible job, but he's not. So, but he will. He will.
So the enemy, he brings things against your marriage, trying to dissolve your unity, trying to cause strife, friction, agitation, misunderstanding, just so many things we could list. But we have to take a stand against him together.
Right.
For our marriage to stay strong. It's not just what you said on your wedding day or that first year of, so much bliss and romance being newlyweds. You have to be purposeful about continuing to stand against the enemy and do what's necessary to keep your marriage strong, keep building your marriage, keep building your love and kindness and consideration for each other.
Now we want to talk about practical ways to walk in sacrificial love. The small things you do every day for each other, it won't deplete you. When you do something nice for your spouse, you're not depleting yourself.
Right.
You're not depleting. When you get up and you make your husband his breakfast, or he gets up and makes the coffee or the tea, or he gets up and makes you a breakfast, or you make his lunch and dinner, and you just do things for each other. It doesn't deplete you. It just strengthens the marriage. It really does, doesn't it, Teresa?
It really does, yes. And like if this is what your normal schedule is like, and you take these tasks and your spouse takes the other ones, you can step in and do something your spouse usually takes care of, and take that off their plate. Just do something ahead of time and get it ready, or just take that task for the evening, like we were talking about before we were filming. If it's your turn to do the dishes, your spouse might want to step in and do them for you and say, hey, I can do that, so you can just go relax a little bit, and just I'll give the kids their baths tonight instead of you doing that every night. Just taking time to do something you normally wouldn't do, that says a lot to your spouse.
Right. It could be that you in your budget, you had your husband, you saved up for something, and he said, well, you know what, I'm going to take this money, I'm going to buy my wife a spa day, and she can do that, and she can spend it on, maybe she wants a pedicure or a manicure or something, or a hair done, and just give that money to your spouse. Maybe the wife, maybe you saved up some money. You want to buy that dress that you've been looking at. Oh, I'm gonna buy my husband. He's been really wanting to do this. I'm gonna buy him a day at the racetrack or something. Something he's been wanting.
Go to a big game he really wants to go to.
Or go to a game he's been wanting to go to. Right. So something that's sacrificial love, where you really give something of yourself for the benefit of your spouse. And it doesn't have to be big. It could be something small, like, oh, I wanted to go and get a candy bar, but I bought you this hummus dip instead.
Your favorite snack.
Your favorite snack. So whatever it is. So it's just something that it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It's just small acts of sacrifice. It really builds up the friendship.
It does. It really
now,
does.
we also want to talk about the difference between a healthy self-sacrifice and a self-harm or self-neglect, right?
That's right.
That doesn't mean that you're always on the back burner. You're always just the second tier.
Yeah, you don't want to have a victim mentality.
You don't want to be a victim mentality. Your spouse always gets something, you never get anything. And so you don't want it. That is a toxic relationship.
Right. You don't have to run yourself down.
You don't have to run yourself down. Like we said, these are small sacrifices, small daily sacrifices. And we're not talking about a toxic relationship, like we said again. We're not talking about a codependency. We're not talking about anything like that.
That's right. Not any kind of abuse or neglect going on.
We're talking about a healthy self-sacrifice, a healthy sacrifice.
That's right. Like you get the last scoop of casserole, that yummy casserole that everybody loved.
That was so good.
There's just one spoonful left.
Oh, that was so good. I like that casserole. What did you make last week? It was chicken and spinach and the cheese.
Yeah, chicken and spinach and cheese.
It was so good. I could have ate the whole pan. It was so good, and it was light, so it wasn't heavy. So I felt like I could have eaten the whole thing, but I didn't.
Exactly. Thank you for that. I got to have some. Wow.
Now we want to encourage you to reflect on different ways that you can practice your sacrificial love today. And if you want a copy of our friendship builder, type in friendship in the comments and we will email you a PDF of our friendships builder.
That's
and
right.
We'll get that out as soon as we can.
And those definitely build your marriage. When you're building your friendship, it always builds up your marriage. And this is what we're talking about. There's give and take going on. If both people are willing to sacrifice things and put the other one first, it can't help but make your marriage better and stronger and closer.
Right. So come up with ways to show your spouse you love them. And just think about it, and you'll come up with a whole list of things. Oh, she likes this. Oh, he likes this. Oh, she likes this. He likes this. And there's so many ways that you can express a love towards each other in all areas of intimacy that will just enhance the relationship.
We call it love in action, right?
Love in action. We have a quote. I want to read it, so I don't want to get it wrong. Love without sacrifice is like a flame without heat. It may flicker, but it will never truly warm the soul.
Wow. That is amazing.
Love without sacrifice is like a flame without heat.
You kind of wonder, is that really love or is it not? We want to love our spouse with that flame, that fire, that joy.
That's right. Exciting news. Catch our audio podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Podcasts. We would love to hear your thoughts, so please leave us a review. Do you prefer watching? Head on over to YouTube and search for the Inspiring Marriages channel to see us in action. And for the ultimate convenience, listen with your smart device. Just say, Siri, play the Inspiring Marriages podcast. Join us wherever and however you prefer to tune in. This week's Friendship Builder. So this week's Friendship Builder is all about the kitchen. So what we're going to, so our Friendship Builder this week, husbands, plan out, get all the ingredients, and cook a meal for your wife. And wives, plan out, get all the ingredients, and make the dessert.
That sounds fun.
And have a fun night making something for each other and just enjoy it. So guys, get creative. It'd be even funner if you did something you never cooked before. Now, if you the best thing you do is grilled chicken on the barbecue, then go ahead and grill chicken on the barbecue. But also have sides with it. Something that your spouse would love. And wives, you do the same thing. If it's chocolate Jello pudding with ice cream on top, it's chocolate Jello pudding with ice cream on top. It's what you do. It's something that you're doing for each other, right, Teresa?
Yes, that's really sweet, especially if it's like a surprise. What you're making for each other.
Make for each other a surprise.
So
it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to do that sometimes.
If
but
you're both in the kitchen.
You're both in the kitchen, but maybe they won't know what it is until you start making it or something. That's the surprise.
That's the surprise. Yeah, that'll be fun.
So make a meal together, but both of you work on different parts and just do something for each other to bless them.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Join our vibrant community on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe for the latest updates and behind-the-scenes moments.
got something on your mind? Shoot us an email at inspiringmarriages@att.net. We're all ears for your questions or suggestions on how to enhance our podcast. And if you have any ideas on topics you'd love us to dive into next, let's keep the conversation going. So as we wrap up today's conversation, remember, sacrificial love is not about diminishing yourself or diminishing your relationship. It's about adding to relationship and strengthening the relationship. Now, Jesus exemplified this in his teaching. Love is not just words, it's also actions.
Exactly.
He laid down his life for us.
That's right.
Without any assurance that a single person would accept it or believe in it. He died in faith.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So he's our example. So you can lay down your own life in small ways. You can think of your spouse ahead of yourself. You can think about their needs ahead of your own needs, and just love them with your actions, with your words, and just build up your spouse with all these little ways of sacrificial love that we're talking about. It'll really bless your marriage.
Right. Your sacrificial love will strengthen your foundation of trust. It'll strengthen your foundation of intimacy and your foundation of unwavering commitment. So until next week, we'll talk more about sacrificial love. But if you want more videos about intimacy, check out this video where we start talking about how to develop intimacy in marriage. And until next time, remember, husband and wife are friends for life.